Welcome to Part 8 of the VenueMagic Events tutorials, as part of the Secrets of the VenueMagic Masters series of video tutorials. In Part 5, we introduced the multi-event and learned how to use sub-event trigger modes to trigger random and sequential events. In this video, we'll learn how to use multi-events to handle passwords, keycodes, and other forms of combination codes. This is particularly useful if you're doing escape room puzzles. Remember, we expect that you have already viewed the VenueMagic Getting Started series of videos, as well as the earlier videos in this series on VenueMagic events. This tutorial will require the features of VenueMagic SC Plus 4.0 and above. Before we get into it, I'd like to introduce my partner for today, Betty.
Good afternoon, everyone. And it's Nicole, actually, just so you know.
Right, Nicole. Well, Nicole will be filling in today for my good friend Susan, who is taking a personal day.
Wait, I thought you said her name was Fran.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not Fran.
Okay.
So you might be asking yourself, what does a multi-event have to do with handling combination codes? Well, when we were designing this feature, we realized that the user interface we needed to set it up was very similar to what was already implemented for multi-events. In fact, making it part of a multi-event will let us take advantage of some of the features of a multi-event to make sophisticated, multi-leveled combination codes. I will warn you in advance that in order to accomplish this, some of the multi-event settings have been repurposed to handle the special needs of the keycode function. But don't worry, by the time we're finished here, you'll have a clear understanding of how it all works. There are essentially 4 steps to creating a keycode multi-event. Step 1 is to add a keycode multi-event to the event table. Now this part is important. A keycode multi-event only makes sense in the event table because it's not really a triggered event. Its job is to just sit there and wait for someone to enter a code on a keypad or something. Putting it on a timeline, for instance, really doesn't make sense. So let's open up the event table and click Add. Then select Multi-Event and give it the name Password1. Under Sub-Event Trigger Mode, select Keycode. And notice the Setup Keycode button that just appeared. This will lead us into Step 2, which is to set up the keycode behavior. Click on the button to open the Setup Keycode event window. The code field should be pretty obvious. This is where you enter the code that will unlock whatever it is you want the keycode to unlock. This code can be a combination of numbers 0 through 9 and uppercase letters A to Z. If you enter a character it doesn't like, it'll complain, then give you a chance to enter it again. If you enter any lowercase letters, it will accept them but convert them to uppercase when you click OK. These settings let you specify other aspects of the keycode event's behavior. For now, let's enter 123 as the code and check this box, which makes the event wait for an enter key before evaluating the code. We'll leave the rest of the settings as they are and come back to them later. Click OK, and we're back to the multi-event settings screen. Next step is to add operations for the keycode. Operations, or signals as they're sometimes called, are the actions taken by the keycode multi-event. For example, if the user enters the correct code, something should happen. If he enters the incorrect code, something else might happen. These somethings are always in the form of a VenueMagic event, or more specifically, a sub-event of the keycode event. Let's add an event that gets triggered when the user enters the correct code. Click Add Event, then select a Run Timeline event. While you weren't looking, I added a bunch of timelines we can use for this demo. Move down and select the timeline called Puzzle Unlocked. It's nothing really exciting. When you run that event, all it does is make the nice lady from the event's Part 5 video say,
Puzzle unlocked.
I'm also going to set this to play as foreground 1 and select Cue for later playback as the playback behavior. You may recall that we did the same thing in events Part 5 to prevent the lady from talking on top of herself. The next thing we need to do is assign this to the unlock operation so that this timeline is run when the proper key combination is entered. But where is the setting for that? For reasons that are a little strange, so I won't be explaining it here, that setting is found in, of all places, the Conditions tab. Here it is, added onto the bottom. Click on the selector and you'll see a list of all the action or operations a keycode can do. This first one, Unlock, is the one we want. It tells the keycode multi-event that this is the event that will be triggered when the correct code is entered by the user. If we were to select Fail, then this event would run if the incorrect code is entered. Key press is triggered whenever a key press is detected. Normally, that might be a beep or something. Lock triggers when the keycode is locked. Error is triggered when the user does something that the keycode event doesn't know what to do with, such as pressing a number key after the keycode has been unlocked, or pressing the lock key when it's already locked. The rest of these will be discussed later, so make sure Unlock is selected and click on the Triggering tab. Because this is a sub-event of a keycode multi-event, the level trigger mode is automatically selected. However, in the context of a keycode multi-event, the trigger mode really doesn't mean much, so selecting either of these would do pretty much the same thing. Only the No Trigger option is not allowed and has been disabled. Now click OK, and we're back to the multi-event settings window. Notice that a single run timeline sub-event has been added, and it is designated to trigger when the unlock signal is received from the keycode processor. Now let's add an event that is fired or triggered when the wrong code is entered. To make it easier, we'll start by making a duplicate of the unlock event. That way we only need to change the timeline and the keycode operation. There are 7 more signals we can handle, so let's add all of them. I'll speed this part up. And there you have it, 9 keycode operations ready to go.
Wow, no comments on my cheesy action music, Betty?
No, Betty is quite all right with your cheesy action music, Brad. So is Nicole, in fact.
Well, if Susan were here...
Brad, you have an outside call coming in.
Oh, okay, just put it on the speaker, please. Hello?
Hello, Brad.
Well, hello there, Susan?
My name is not Susan, Brad, and you know that.
Well, actually,
He can't remember my name either.
Wait, Brad, who's that woman?
Oh, that's just Betty.
Nicole!
Well, that's just brilliant, isn't it? What, are you blind or something?
Are you driving right now? 'Cause you should probably go easy on your car.
But it's not my car now, is it?
Huh?
I'm driving your car, Brad.
Wait, what? Susan? What's going on?
Hi there, I'm so sorry about that.
What are you doing to my car?
You'll just have to paint that over, I guess.
Why are you doing this?
Goodbye, Brad. Call me back when you remember my name.
Susan? Oh, this is not good. Betty, could you take over for me, please?
Sure, Brad, no problem. So the final step in setting up our keycode multi-event, password 1, is to specify input sources. Normally, we might hook up a simple security keypad into a supported digital input device and use external inputs, but I'm afraid we're fresh out of those at the moment. However, we can choose something just as good and create our own security keypad using VenueMagic screens. And since this is not a video on VenueMagic screens, we're going to be quick about it and save more of the details for a future tutorial. First, go to the main menu and select File, New, Screen. Then give the screen a name. We'll call it Keypad. This is the VenueMagic Screen Designer. This is the Properties window, and this contains a collection of objects we can add to our screen. In the Properties window, let's resize our screen to about 250 by 450 pixels. Now open the Controls folder in the Object toolbox and drag a button into the Screen Design area. In the Properties window, change the default name to Key 1, then set the pressed and unpressed captions to 1 and 1. Make the font a little bigger and bolder. Down here under Action, change the button behavior to Momentary. We'll leave all the other properties unchanged. We've just created a button for the number 1 key. Now click and hold the left mouse button, push and hold the Control key on the keyboard, and drag a copy of the number 1 button right next to the original. change the name to key 2 and the captions to read 2 and 2. That's 2 down, 8 more to go, which I will add quickly by combining the magic of video with a snippet of Brad's abhorrent action music.
Wasn't that music ghastly? Nevertheless, we've managed to finish our keypad.
You may notice that I added 2 more keys, E for enter and L for lock, which will lock the key code after it has been unlocked. Click here to open a preview window for our screen and start clicking buttons so you can see that absolutely nothing is actually happening. That is because we have not yet taught our keycode multi-event how to use our new keypad. To do this, we need to go back to our Password 1 event properties and select the Conditions tab. This is where things stray again from the normal function of events. Going back to part 3 of the events tutorials, we taught you about event conditions and how multiple conditions can be added to the condition list so that each is evaluated top to bottom and compared to the previous ones with a logical and or operation. Now, for keycode multi-events, you can throw all that away because the Conditions tab has been repurposed to give us a way to tell the keycode how to get the number pressed on the keypad. We'll start by clicking on Add. For practical purposes, the Event Conditions screen looks identical to what we would see for a normal event, with one major exception. This selector would normally say Boolean operation and would provide you a list of Boolean compare operators. Again, you'll need to look back at Tutorial 3, which discusses event conditions, if you've forgotten what this means. For a multi-event set up to operate in keycode mode, this same selector now lets you pick the source of a key press.
Click on it to open the list, and you can see all of the letters of the alphabet as well as numbers 0 through 9.
In addition, at the top, you can see some special keys we can assign to serve as an enter key, lock the key code, and reset the key code, which resets the key code function to a locked state as if no keys had yet been pressed. There are also accommodations for a back key, which deletes the last key code entered, and a clear key, which deletes all of the key codes that have been entered so far. For more information on what all of these special keys do, just hit F1 and read through the Special Note for Keycode Multi-Events section. Let's select the number 0. The rest is just setting up a condition that will detect the clicking or pressing of the number 0. Click here to select the external input. Under Input Device, select Screens Interface and select the name of our screen, which is currently the only one listed. Down below, you can see all of the buttons we added to our screen listed by name. Select Key 0. Because we set up the buttons on our keypad with momentary behavior, pressing 1 down reports an external input of 100% for that button. Leaving it unpressed will report 0%. So, set the compare operation to greater than and value number 2 to 50%. Now click OK. Notice that we now have one entry in our conditions list for the 0 key, detected when key 0 in the keypad screen is pressed. Now we'll add in the other keys. This will of course require more video trickery and another morsel from Brad's cheesy music collection.
And we're done. Our keycode multi-event is all programmed up and ready for action.
Oh, hi, Brad. Welcome back. How's your car?
I'd really rather not talk about it.
Okay, well, you've arrived just in time to take over.
Thank you, Betty. So now let's go back to our keypad. Beautiful keypad, by the way, and start pressing buttons. I'll start by entering the correct code and pressing Enter.
Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Key code failed.
Oops.
Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Key code failed.
Brad, did you forget the code?
No, that would be impossible.
Of course it would be.
Well, fortunately, I can just go back into the event table, open up the password1 event, and click here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try it again.
Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Puzzle unlocked.
And that's exactly what we expected. Now that it's unlocked, push the L key to lock it again.
Key entered. Puzzle locked.
If I click the lock key a second time, we get an error because it's already locked.
Key entered. Key code error.
Just for the fun of it, let's go back and try some of the other key code settings we passed over earlier. This will make it automatically lock after 5 seconds. This will cause it to time out 5 seconds after you hit the first key code key if you haven't entered the complete code by then. This will give us 3 fails before locking us out completely. This last section will let you turn the key code event on and off using a single event condition. We'll let you play with this one on your own. Now let's go back and click some more buttons. I'll just be quiet and see if you can follow what's going on by listening to the telephone lady.
Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Puzzle unlocked. Key entered. Puzzle locked. Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Puzzle unlocked. Puzzle auto locked. Key entered. Puzzle timed out. Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Key code failed. Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Key entered. Maximum tries reached.
And that's how you set up a multi-event key code processor. Before we wrap up, there's one more cool thing I'd like to show you. First, go back to the timeline folder in... Betty, did you add another timeline when I was gone?
No, I didn't, and neither did Nicole, I suspect.
Let's see. It says play me. Well, I guess I can just play it.
Hey, this looks pretty cool. I wonder who did this.
Hello, Brad.
Susan?
I'm disappointed in you, Brad.
Huh?
I've given you so many opportunities to figure it out, and you failed, Brad. Failed. I guess you're not the sharpest tool in the shed.
What's she talking about?
She means you're a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Yes, I know what it means. It's just that...
Listen up, Brad. I'm going to give you one more chance to redeem yourself. Just one more. So listen carefully. You will have exactly 60 seconds to type my correct name into the keypad. 60 seconds, Brad. If you fail, this computer will self-destruct.
Self-destruct?
Good luck, Brad. Your time starts now.
What do I do?
Just start typing in names. Try Fran.
Her name's not Fran.
Type it anyway. Okay, try Susan. Then Jennifer, maybe. Kelly? Betty?
We don't have keys for those names.
I don't know. Type in something. Glob? What kind of name is Glob?
30 seconds, Brad.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Wait, don't leave me, Betty. Betty! Well, we certainly hope you've enjoyed this episode of Secrets of the VenueMagic Masters. And our next video, heck, I don't even know if there's gonna be a next video. Hey, where are you all going? Can somebody help me out
10,
here?
9, 8, 7,
Dang it.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
No, wait, I think I got it.
Goodbye, Brad.
Oh, crap.